welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Annelise, and welcome to Annelise's Amens. And just remember, if there's a will, there's a way, and that's God's way. So basically in today's video, I'm gonna do my last bit of getting ready for work while I just kind of speak to you guys. So I have not been able to post in a hot minute. One is because I'm telling you guys something is wrong. I keep getting sick.
Like, I was literally sick with a stomach bug, and then I literally could not speak because I was coughing too much. Like, anytime I talk, I would cough. My house is really Kelly. But, so basically, we're going to talk about who we are, like, who you are. And, so, a lot of people ask, like, who am I? What am I worth? Like, they look at themselves in the mirror and they see their reflection, and it's just kind of not how it's meant to be, I feel like.
And, I ask all the time, well, like, even as a female, like, and males, like, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're, like, looking at yourself for your looks, probably. Like, be for real. Like, let's not lie. And we all do that. And that's normal. And it's fine. But
as Christians, in my Christian community and in the Christian community, we need to do better because we are not supposed to look out for the external beauty. Like, we need to look on the internal beauty, which is inside of us. And not many of us do that. Like, let's be honest. Because what's the first thing we do when we see someone that we like? We look typically at their appearance because that's the first thing we notice. And yeah, you could be like, oh yeah, that person's cute or whatever. But you don't gotta give them your whole entire life story until, one, God tells you it's God sent, and two, you see their external, like, side, which is their heart and their soul. Because if they're a Christian, well, one, date a Christian. That's the first rule. If you're a Christian, date a Christian. If you're a Christian not dating a Christian, it's going to be a roller coaster.
so I'm just trying to help you out. But, like, as a Christian, we also get caught up in the worldly things of looking at people by their looks, like, not their heart, not their personality, or sometimes we even get too distracted on their looks, and we're like, oh, it's okay if so-and-so's a little not godly because he's giving me the attention I want and he's cute, or she's giving me the attention I want and she's cute. And don't get me wrong, we've all been there probably and done that sometime in our life, but we should not do that. We should not normalize the fact that looks, like, basically are deceiving, because they really are. You could be very cute, but you could not be one of God's.
And that's where we need to put a lot of focus on, and that's kind of what I was relating to, is who am I? So basically in the Bible, if you're a Christian, we all know who Moses is. And, like, Moses said, God, who am I? Like, literally asked God, like, who am I? What am I doing here? Like, he was confused, like we all are. And God said, for I'm with you. I'm with you. He didn't give him an explanation. He didn't say, oh, you're gorgeous. You have brown, voluptuous hair. You have beautiful eyes. You have a divine jawline. You have straight, beautiful teeth and plump lips. No. No. He did not say that. God did not say that. God said, for I'm with you. And just think about that. Like, let's just pause and think about that. For real, if someone, like, personally, if someone were to say, if I were to say, who am I? I would have been told, for I'm with you. I would have been like, that didn't answer my question. But that answered everything. That answered everything. Because if you know God, you know who you are.
At the end of the day, if you know Jesus, you bond with Jesus. You, whatever, like, you have that relationship with God or whatever. It's, you know who you are. If you don't, you're going to stay wandering, not knowing who you are until you find him, because he's the one who created you in his also perfect image. And if you're just sitting here like, oh, I don't know who this is, like, I don't know who I am, I'm not going to believe in this, that, and the third, because, like, let's think about it. Moses had the shaft, and God said, like, drop the shaft. Like, you don't need it. And it will turn into a serpent. And Moses was like, sorry, it cut off. But Moses was probably looking at him like, bro, what? Like, what are you talking about? Drop the thing that I kind of need. And so he did. He just did it. And what do you know? It turned into a serpent. And he said, pick it up by its tail, and it will become back into your shaft. And Moses did exactly that. And what happened? It turned into a shaft.
And then he said, dig into, like, put your hand in your pocket, right? And so forth and so forth. And that's insane. That's literally insane. And then he said, and then Moses was just like, well, what if people still don't believe me? And God said, like, I can't quote this directly, but he stated that go to some sort of river, and, like, instead of receiving water, you'll receive blood, or something along the lines of that. I can't quote it exactly. I will get back to you guys on that. But he stated something along those lines and said, for, like, those who don't believe you, show them this. And, like, what reason will they have not to believe me? That I'm real, that I'm existing. So, let's just think about that.
And also, like, we gotta think about it like this. One of the things that take us away from the Lord pretty heavily is self-occupation. Like, that deceives us the most, because it's just the fact that we're able to put everything else before the one that we call to when we're hurting. That's another thing, is like, people be calling to God whenever, oh, my life is hurting, like, oh, I'm in the worst of the worst, I need you.
God does not want you to call him at your worst. God knows he put you through your worst because he knows you're strong enough to be put through the worst. But no, you guys only want to talk to him, you guys only want to preach to him, you guys only want to do whatever the freak you guys be doing when you are struggling, when you're falling down, because you need someone to pick you back up. No, that's not what he's there for. He's not there for that. How's he going to die on the cross for us and do the ultimate salvation for us? Like, and you're just sitting here like, oh, I only need you when I want to need you, when I feel like I need you. No, you need him all the time. You need Jesus in your life all the time. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the light. Just remember that. And it's just sad to see that this world is so corrupt. That people only call out to them when they're falling down. And oftentimes, that's when they're questioning who they are. I know, by default, that I used to be one of those people. I used to be the person that's like, God, what the freak are you doing? Like, I'm not strong enough for this. Why are you putting me through this? I need you. Did I get him right then and there? Absolutely not. I got him now, but I did not get him then. Absolutely not, because, like, I was going to him, like, as I was using him. I didn't go for him because I wanted him. I went to him because I wanted myself. Like, that's the best way I can put it. And, like, it's just insane to even think that I used to do that. But, like, just think about it at the end of the day. Like, God's the only one who's going to be there for you. When you die, it's heaven or hell, people. Like, we need to think about that for real. Because y'all over here focus on, oh, how many followers I have on Instagram and TikTok. Oh, this cute boy, this cute girl. Oh, my family. Oh, my friends. Oh, this, that, and the third. Anything but him. But at the end of the day, who's going to be with you? Who's going to be with you? Jesus Christ is. Jesus Christ is. He's going to be with you. He's going to be the only one with you. And yet you guys are focusing on all these other things and questioning, oh, what's this little pimple right there? Oh, it looks so ugly. Oh my gosh. Like, y'all be deceiving all the things that are small, which takes away from the one big thing that you should be focusing on and putting your attention to. Because why are you focusing on that little pimple? Why are you focusing on it? You should not care about your looks if your internal soul, your beauty is beautiful. And it's going to be beautiful if you have God. It's going to be gorgeous if you have God. And if you don't have God, I hope you find your way to him, because you need him. And your soul's going to be gorgeous once you find him. And you're going to know who you are once you find him. Because if you do not have God, you do not have yourself, you don't know you. Because he's you. He created you. He knows everything about you. He's the only person who knows every single move you're going to make before you make it. Your friends don't know that. Your family don't know that. You yourself don't even know it half the time. Like, go to him. Go to him.
Like, honestly, people, please. Because Like, what are we doing sitting here? Just taking our Father, our friend, and Jesus as just a game. He's not a game. He's not a game. We need to be coming to him at all times. He loves to hear about us. He loves when we talk to him. And if we're just sitting here, ignoring the fact, and we all know it, like, what good does that do us? Literally, like, all I have to say is your looks do not define who you are. How long your lashes does not define who you are. How big certain body parts or small certain body parts does not define who you are. How muscular does not define who you are. Your eye color does not define who you are. Your hair type or your hair color or your skin tone does not define who you are. The straightness of your teeth does not define who you are. The plumpness of your lips does not define who you are. The definedness of your jawline does not define who you are. All that matters is you. All that matters is you. You on the inside, not you on the outside. Because these looks on people can deceive you. Like, in an example, I could be a stranger, and you could walk past me and be like, dang, she's cute, and want to get to know me, but for the wrong reasons.
And then you realize I'm not godly like, and there's a sin. And there's a sin. There's a one strand step back from God. Because that's what those people are meant to do. That's what the devil is doing. And it's crazy. So crazy. But, yeah, just remember, if you're questioning who you are, looking at yourself in the mirror and be like, dang, I'm fat. Or, dang, I want to get bigger. Or, dang, I'm not strong enough. Or, dang, I don't have a defined jawline. Like, stop thinking about that. You are beautiful because God made you beautiful. He made you in his own way, his own vision, his own creation. And he made you perfect in his vision. And that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you're not perfect in somebody else's vision. I heard this on Pinterest yesterday. I was scrolling through my Pinterest feed. And it was an audio saying, all these girls be walking like girlfriends and expecting a man to marry them as a wife. But how is a man supposed to marry a girlfriend when it's supposed to be a wife? And a man once walked up to a woman and wanted her to be his wife. But she was still walking as a girlfriend. A few years passed by, and now that woman was walking as a wife. She walked with her head held high. She walked as if she was taken all the time, because you're taken by Christ all the time. So I don't know why you're acting like you're single. Because you still have a man, a lover, a person that's by your side loving you at all times. And he said, it was that same girl. He recognized her beauty, but at first, it was only the beauty that stood out. And now it's her soul that's walking to him. Because once you're walking as a girlfriend or a boyfriend, it means you're walking as a single person, as a person who is wanting attention for the wrong reasons, etc., etc. But you need to be walking as a husband or a wife, because when you walk as a husband or a wife, you will find a husband or a wife. Because think about it, when you marry someone, you should be a wife, because then you will become their wife. Someone wants to marry you. So, like, for example, if a girl's walking, here's a girl, and here's the guy. The guy is walking, and he's just like, oh, she will be my wife. That's wife material. He notices more than most likely just your appearance. He's noticing your soul. And he walked past you and he's like, that's going to be my wife, right? And then you guys get together. Blah, 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 blah. And you're still wife material. You're still walking as a wife. And then later down the road, you guys get married. And look at, now you're bedazzling even more. Because now you're his wife. But a girlfriend, this is a girlfriend and this is the husband. If you're walking as a girlfriend, oh my gosh, that is, how boyfriends talk. Because now he's walking as a boyfriend, you're walking as a girlfriend. They're going to clash, get together for the wrong reasons. And it's going to cause, I don't even know if you can see that, but it's going to cause a raging fire. A raging fire. You guys are going to explode. Because that's not how it's meant to be. So, just think about it. And remember that at the end of the day, if you want to know who you are, if you're questioning who you are, turn to Jesus and you'll find who you are and you'll know who you are. At the end of the day, just do that and keep doing it for the rest of the days that you have. I also saw another video on Pinterest yesterday and it said,
if God were to come down to earth right now and tell me, like, heaven and hell is no longer a thing and you're just going to die, she was just like, I wouldn't change the way I'm living because I believe in Christ. She was just like, I want to change anything that I'm doing about, like, how I live my life, because I'm a firm believer, and I know God's got my back, and I know Jesus loves me, and I know, even though I'm not going to get into the gates of heaven because it's no longer a thing, that I'm going to still act like I'm living for it, because I have a burning flame inside of my body, because I know God made me to burn and light other people on fire. Bro, beautiful. Anyways, but yeah, I'm done ranting for the day because I need to start walking to work. But just remember that when you start questioning yourself, be it your self-doubt or whatever the case may be, turn to this video or turn to a video similar, and just remember, stop looking for your outer looks, because God's looking on the inside, and a real person will look on the inside. A real friend will look on the inside. A real family member will look on the inside, not your outside external appearance, because that's not what matters at the end of the day. It's your soul, not your heart, not your anything, not your body, your face, your soul. Your soul is what feeds into the presence, into the minds of people, and it will stick. Just remember that. Because the soul of a person that's bad sticks, and we all know that. But do we know that a soul of a person who's good can also always stick? Because it's in the body, soul, and flesh of Jesus Christ. And just remember, at the end of the day, Jesus Christ can't. So, yeah.
Okay, lovelies, this is my time to head out. I love you, and I hope you guys all had a blessed day, and I hope you guys really did just, like, get something in that thick skull of yours and learn something new here today. So, just remember, watch your front, because God's got your back, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, beautifuls.